What's emergency?
I work for a company, and we didn't have a call from an employee. We just walked in the door, our husband and I, and there's blood in the foyer, and looks like something possibly happened.
You're with the husband?
I'm with the husband, yeah.
It's a beautiful May morning, 2001, and totally out of the blue, a woman is murdered right in her own home. Was it a burglary gone bad? Was it a crime of passion? No one would really know that answer for almost 25 years.
And you said some things were knocked over?
Yeah.
Some blood in the foyer and items knocked over.
There's blood all along the wall, splattered blood. There's a lot of blood. So I'm like, okay, something has happened here.
No shit. Everything. Anything.
Chevy Chase is a very upscale, wealthy community. It's kind of a place where nothing bad ever happens.
White collar, beautiful. Everybody knew everybody, and it was just absolutely gorgeous. It was a remarkable place to grow up. You felt safe all the time.
It is a famously low crime area. I mean, it's one of the real draws for people. So a case like this, as you can imagine, was incredibly shocking.
You have this idyllic neighborhood that borders Washington, D.C., and this is where Leslie Prier and her husband Carl, known as Sandy, this is where they raised their daughter Lauren.
Leslie was a really sweet, kind, wonderful Southern charm lady. She really was great.
Leslie Prier was about 50 years old. Leslie was beautiful, she was warm, magnetic. People described Leslie as very generous and open. Carl Prier, who was known as Sandy, is Leslie's very long-time husband. They were married for almost 30 years, and he was also known to be very warm, very devoted to his family, spending a lot of time with his wife and a lot of time with his daughter. Lauren Prier is the daughter, the only child of Leslie Prier and Sandy Prier.
All Leslie talked about most of the day was Lauren. Where she was going, what she was doing. She bragged about her daughter.
But on what should have been just an ordinary Wednesday morning in May 2001, for some reason, Leslie Prier doesn't show up for work.
She's not there at 10:15, 10:20, okay? And then it was 10:30, and I asked one of the front desk administrator workers, Diane, I said, call the house and see if you get an answer. And she said, Brett, there's no answer. So now it's getting about 10:40, 10:45, and now I'm getting kind of concerned.
Her boss started calling her husband and her daughter to see if there was a reason that she wasn't appearing at work. And nobody could figure anything out, and they thought it was weird.
I said to Sandy, why don't we go over there? I'll drive to that house, and I'll probably find something. And he says, I'm gonna go over there too. And Sandy and I walked into that house. Right away, to the right of the foyer, I saw blood. And I see some tables knocked over and some games were knocked over on the floor. So, okay, something's going on here. He went upstairs to look for Leslie, and he was there very quick, maybe 30 seconds, from what I remember, and then back downstairs. And then we walked in the back towards the kitchen, and I said, look at this, Sandy, the kitchen's full of blood. This is definitely a struggle. And the kitchen door also was open a little bit, a little ajar. And above the blood was smeared blood as if somebody tried to clean it up. At that point, I knew something of foul play. I said, Sandy, I think we should call 911.
Can I ask you guys to step out of the house?
Sure.
Okay.
Sure.
We sent the call.
He goes, sure.
And police should be in.
I asked Sandy when we went outside and waiting for the police. You know,
Slayer tasks today, gentlemen. Just lots of Slayer.
really quick. And he said, oh, Brett, I didn't check the bathroom. Didn't make sense to me. You didn't check the bathroom.
And a uniformed officer showed up, went upstairs into the master bedroom. She was found in a shower, the victim of a violent assault, and she was dead.
This guy picks her body up and brings it upstairs into the shower and puts scalding hot water on her.
She suffered, first-degree burns and third-degree burns on her where the water was hitting her. Was obviously trying to wash off any DNA.
He knows at that time he's got his blood, his stuff all over him. He's got to clean all this up. He's got to go downstairs, clean it all up.
It's a bloody mess, to say the least.
And here's Sandy Prier, reeling from his wife's brutal murder, and now he has the terrible task of telling their daughter, Lauren, what happened to her mom.
She was early 20s. She was not living at home with her parents when the murder occurred.
And I saw a police car pull up, and I was like, that's strange, because there was never any crime. And then my dad got out. He said, Daddy, what's going on? And then my life changed at this point. This is all in slow motion too, because when trauma happens, it's all like one word at a time. You don't hear it all at once. He's like, Lauren, there's been an accident. Your mom's not with us anymore. I lost my mind, lost. I went to my bedroom and just shrieked. Like the screams that you hear from like the bottom of your heart and stomach, like I was done. I had such literally the perfect life growing up. Perfect parents, beautiful home, wonderful friends. And so my life shattered. And I saw the world in a different way.
Police are left to make sense of this awful crime scene and what is seemingly a random crime.
She could have been getting ready for work and then heard something and come downstairs and encountered the intruder. They were looking at burglars that had done crime in the area or people that had been arrested recently for burglary.
Do you trust me?
There was no evidence of forced entry.
Right.
So it was someone that was familiar with the house, how to get in, or someone that she would have let in.
Often in crimes like this, I mean, the husband can be a suspect. So very quickly, detectives zeroed in on Sandy Prier, Leslie's husband.
Right.
And I think that really took on a life of its own.
So police begin a series of interviews with Sandy Prier, and they question him about his every move, everything from the night before Leslie's murder through the morning she was killed.
Right.
And some of those details do seem curious.
Was she standing at the door when you left?
Yes.
Was the door open?
Yes.
And you said that she was wearing just her bra and panties?
Correct.
He did provide details that could confirm a suspicion if it was already there. I mean, first of all, he went and searched the house for her on that morning and didn't find her. And then police arrived and she wasn't that hidden. I mean, she was in the bathroom. So that was, I think, a little weird for them, and understandably so.
Hey.
I know you might not want to touch on it, okay? But when we had talked, we had mentioned, like, the wife's drinking, okay? What was her normal routine as far as, like, during the evening? Would she eat, or would she just, hit the bottle, or what?
She would definitely have a glass of wine, pretty much after she got home.
Just one?
No.
How many?
Is this important thing for Elizabeth? She would have a lot. She would have a lot, and in all honesty, it's one of the reasons why I'd kind of come home late, because I just really, it was getting hard to deal with.
When police interview Sandy Prier, he tries to answer every question as honestly as he can. I mean, after all, he wants detectives to find out who murdered his wife. But some of those details don't present him in the best light.
And so you could see him going through every time they'd fought, every time he had done something that could have been perceived as violent. He talked about sometimes that she was too drunk, some fights that they'd had that turned ugly, but none of them ever violent or close to violent.
The most violent I ever got was I'd grab her and just say, you got to snap out of it. Like grabbing her by her shoulders, you got to snap out of it. But I did that, one time, and it, really, and she, hit the wall. Nothing, smashing or anything. Hit the wall, and she's burst in tears, and I'm thinking, God, what am I doing? So I pretty much controlled myself to where I was not going to go here.
So police also interviewed Brett Reedy. This is Leslie's boss, who met Sandy at the house the morning of the murder.
Did Leslie share with you or any other co-workers, to your knowledge, any personal problems that she was having or issues that she was having?
Boy, Rocky.
What I did
That was my boy.
that she did drink a lot.
Anything else? How about the relationship with her husband?
No, she didn't say anything about that to me.
When police later talked to their daughter, Lauren, they ask even more pointed questions about her mother, Leslie.
Gucci, Gucci, Goo.
I think maybe Jim discussed with you about the possibility of Leslie having a boyfriend, a paramour, lover, whatever, unknown to us or to anyone in the family. We've followed that about as far as we can follow it. And we talked to
buddy.
It's going back 10 years, and nobody has been able to provide us with any inkling.
And I've told you everything that I know. I swear on my life, and I would not keep anything from you. My parents.
Dude, no, I don't even drink energy drinks, dude.
My dad told me anything that would make me think something, I would tell you.
Don't even drink energy drinks.
1 second in the beginning, literally 1 second, I was like, could my dad really have done that? When I understood what happened to Leslie, to my mom, I said, there's no way. No way. It was brutal.
So Sandy
Rocky.
Prier eventually takes a polygraph test, and shockingly, he fails it.
What?
That makes police focus on him even more intently and push him even harder.
Sometimes doing the right thing ain't easy. Sometimes it takes a whole hell of a lot of intestinal fortitude.
Oh, Rocky.
To go in and do the right thing. To suck it up and to admit to it, and so you can move on. And that's what you really need to do. For you and for Lauren. Especially for Lauren. You gotta do the right thing, man. You got to.
I think I am. In fact, I know I am. And I'll just tell you one thing, you got the wrong guy.
I mean, it's remarkable watching detectives interrogate Sandy, I felt, on a human level. Insisting to him that he had killed his wife without a lot of evidence that that was the case.
When the autopsy report comes back, yes, it sheds a little bit more light on what happened to Leslie. But to be clear, this doesn't exonerate her husband, Sandy.
The medical examiner had ruled it blunt force trauma and strangulation. So from analyzing the area where most of the blood was found, there is a part in the door jamb where the wall comes out and it makes a corner, a V shape. And it matched the lacerations that were in the back of Leslie's head that were V-shaped notches. So from what we can determine, the person was strangling her and bashing her head into the ground where it would have hit that corner.
But she also was asphyxiated. She was choked, and it broke the small bone at the bottom of the neck. So they knew that she was still alive when she was strangled.
This was not an accident, was not a fall. This was a violent attack.
It seemed.
Of course, it's not a fall, motherfucker. There's blood all down the stairs, and then she's upstairs in the bathroom, passed out.
Act of violence. It seemed very personal.
Like,
who else would have a personal need to injure someone that badly other than a lover or a husband?
And there is something else in that coroner's report that points to Sandy Prier.
The coroner said that they believed that Leslie died in the early morning hours. Well, just if it's early morning hours, it's either him or him and a friend, or him hiring a friend while he's somewhere else, or one of those scenarios. All those went through her head, yes, at that point.
Facts don't lie, Sandy. And that's what we're dealing with.
You haven't told us the truth.
We have physical evidence that shows Leslie was dead before stone o'clock in the morning. There's physical evidence that shows it. Physical evidence that shows it. And that don't lie. People lie.
I've told you everything exactly how it happened. And I don't have anything else to say.
And then the crime scene analysis comes back from the lab.
At the crime scene, there are multiple locations where single source DNA was found, and it was identified as a male DNA source.
But this is not Sandy's DNA. It's another man's.
There were a couple of places that his blood was found, and underneath Leslie's fingernails. Those were all processed and analyzed and determined that they were a match for the same unknown male.
Now investigators are wondering, could this be someone that Sandy hired to kill his wife? Or was Leslie's murder orchestrated by someone else entirely?
His blood was mixed with her blood in a certain area by where the bottom of the stairs were, and he knew he was cut, he was injured, probably knew enough about DNA by 2001 to know you're probably leaving samples there. He's probably trying to clean it up. That's my guess, and he got interrupted.
2001, he was watching CSI.
This mystery man be? Well, with the help of Lauren Prier and her dad Sandy, police start making a list.
There was somewhere between 18 and 24 men who were identified as people who were family members, friends of the family, that on a regular basis went in and out to see whether or not it was their blood, their DNA in the critical crime scene.
Could Leslie Prier's killer be somebody that she knew? Someone who had a key, someone who knew that they left the kitchen door open. This is when a new theory emerges.
Probably the best working theory right now is that he came there to steal something, and then the mom, Leslie, came down, probably in a half state of dress, and saw him, and it was probably a shriek, and he just flipped. And then once he started, he couldn't stop.
Name by name, person by person, police go through the list.
18 different males. They were all excluded as the source.
This case goes cold for almost a decade. It's not until 2010 that detectives reopen it.
Every 10 years, they put new detectives on a cold case. You don't know what's going to catch a detective's eye.
Lauren had mentioned to detectives in 2010 that there was a neighbor who she knew, and whenever she was with her mother and she encountered him, he was very flirty with her mother, and he was like, "Oh, I see where you get your good looks from," to Lauren, and that always kind of stuck out in her mind.
I thought one of her neighbors did it. He was an oddball. He did some strange things, and I thought it was him.
They interviewed that individual. They got his DNA, and it was not a match. So he was eliminated.
For the next 7 years, nothing much happens in this case. But it is during this time when Lauren suffers just another terrible loss.
Unfortunately, her father passed away in 2017, never being officially cleared. I mean, I can't imagine the weight that would put on someone and how that would affect his health.
He died of a broken heart. He was just devastated. He lived for my Aunt Penny and I for a very long time, and then he'd had enough. And he was done.
He was never arrested, which goes to the fact that while he was a suspect, there was no linkage or things that really tied him to the murder. As a matter of fact, quite candidly, the DNA that was developed early on would have suggested he didn't have anything to do with it.
But clearly he
And sadly,
does.
he didn't live to see himself exonerated.
Nothing happened for over 2 decades. They knew there was a unknown DNA sample from a third party, and that's kind of all they had for 2+ decades.
Hi, buddy.
And then, in 2022, Lauren gets a call from the Montgomery County Police.
The phone rang out of the blue, and it was Tara. And she said, "Hi, my name's Tara. I'm with the cold case detectives from Montgomery County." She's like, "I'm working on your mom's case." I almost fell off the chair. It's been almost 25 years. It's a long time. A long time. And I said, "You are?"
Hey, bud.
It was just something that I never expected to hear, ever. And I couldn't believe it. And she's like, "We have a new thing called genealogy, and we're gonna try to look into that." And I said, "Okay." And then
Can't get away with any crimes nowadays, dude.
It was gonna take a long time because I had about 25
It's
people
crazy.
on my list. And I said, "Okay." I said, "I waited this long. I can wait a year."
You're working with a ton of data. You might get a list of matches that could have thousands of names.
So Montgomery County, Maryland cold case detectives, they dig through a mound of data here, and they create a forensic family tree. This is based on the unknown male DNA.
No, what's up, man?
The best way to describe it is,
What you saying, dude?
you have the suspect's DNA, you submit it into this database, and you look at their family members, and then by building the family tree of the family members that are there.
Got you on the recommendations, just subbed. Yo, appreciate that, bro. God bless, man. God bless. What are you up to today? We're live every day. It's a pretty chill stream. Yeah, I'm typically watching some YouTube videos or something, you know what I mean? Oh, dodged the acid there. Just gaming right now? Nice, what you playing? Playing some RuneScape, I'd assume. From Sweden, bro. That's sick, dude. Sweden. I've always wanted to go. I'm kind of jealous, actually. So beautiful over there. I mean, Canada's beautiful as well, but Sweden's just on a whole nother level. You playing some Roblox, eh? Not bad, not bad. They got some pretty crazy shit on Roblox. Like, they got some, like, Call of Duty clones and stuff like that. You know what I mean? They got some Call of Duty clones and stuff on there. It's pretty nuts. My daughter loves Roblox. Like, she loves that game. Plays that shit all the time. The simulator, eh? That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. Nothing wrong with that. You want to see something funny? What's this? Look at this little guy sitting here. The chair looks comfy, bro. Every person that comes to my stream says that. Every person that ever comes into my stream has said that. I swear to God. And the chair is very comfortable. It's better than any gaming chair you'd ever buy, you know what I mean? Actually, like, you know, the old rocking chair. Yeah, that's my boy right here. Nah, just like some random chair my mom bought like years ago, like 20 years ago. Like a long time ago.
Backwards, and if they're in the right place in the family tree, then you have a possible suspect match. In this one, we had a couple of particularly high matches. They were from Eastern European descent. We decided, okay, well, let's just work with these high matches and see what we can.
I get lower back pain from your chair? Yes, I used to get lower back pain in my chair as well. They're so expensive, dude. Like, these chairs, these gaming chairs that they're trying to market and stuff are like $300 and shit. 18? Nice, nice. That's sick. I'm 28, bro. I'm an old ass man. I'm an old ass man, brother. Let's go, baby. Griffin feathers. Yeah, that's legendary, bro. I appreciate you. You stay out of trouble, eh? Be good. Stay alert. Stay safe.
And once we did that, within 2 weeks, we came up with a match that was based out of Romania.
An elderly women in Romania built out a family tree with everybody who was associated with that family. And within that tree, the name Gligor appears.
Gligor popped up, and we had seen it in the case file, so that was a huge red flag. And then knowing that that family lived in this area at the time, that was another reason why it was like, okay, this is a really good match.
I heard her, she yelled from across the room, and we'd had a couple like possibles before, but this time when she yelled back to me, I was like, oh, this might
No, it's just YouTube, brother.
So the next step is to get DNA from this person named Gligor, Eugene Gligor to be more exact. Right now, he's out of the country, but he's due back soon.
Yeah, it's just,
So they
just
set
YouTube.
up a little bit of a ruse at the airport with the assistance of the officials at the airport. They were actually doing a document check. He was coming back from overseas, and they were claiming they were checking the documents.
And they just put him in a room that was kind of sterilized with water bottles. Had him fill out a form, and once he had filled out the form, they're like, okay, you're free to go. But stayed enough time to, you know, when he did, he drank from the bottle.
I want to give you a little behind the scenes.
Sneaky fucking cops, man. Sneaky fuckers.
So we use a service called Truth Finder to look up the people in our stories, and this is a powerful background checker that is amazing because you plug in a name and you get address information, criminal histories in your.
Once we got the DNA sample that was covertly collected, we submitted it to the lab that day, and we let them know
Sneaky
if
fucking
we could rush
cops,
on
dude.
this would be great. They put all their efforts towards it, and by the end of the week on Friday, we were able to get a report from them saying that it was a match.
I use Opera GX, and then it has a pop-out feature. Yeah, I'm pretty sure you could just download like a plugin, probably. for Google Chrome or whatever if you're using Google Chrome. But basically, you see this, like you see this button right here. You click that, and it just moves into a little pop out overlay screen. And yeah, it's the bee's knees, brother. Yeah. Fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, what you should do is just use YouTube on Opera GX then or whatever. You know what I mean? Just use YouTube on the one thing. Who's messaging me? Oh, it's a TPO. Oh, this chick's still messaging me from last night. Holy fuck, dude. This chick's crazy right now. Jesus, Rocky. Because of the points rewards. I don't know how the points rewards work.
Almost 25
I'm not
years.
gonna
Could
lie.
Eugene Gligor be the guy who's eluded police for so long? There's really only one way to find out.
That's when the wheels started moving about, okay, we gotta find this guy, we gotta arrest him.
She called me when he was getting arrested. So they knew. They had everything. It wasn't like a hunch. They had DNA, blood, skin. It was him.
All right, we'll adjust it. We'll adjust it. Hold on. They're not made for comfort, but we'll make it. I get it. Yeah, we'll make it. We'll ease it up.
Every day, and then you get those free gift cards. Oh, shit.
So you didn't know anything about this warrant?
Yo, that's crazy.
Our boss will tell you everything about it. Thank you.
That's actually nuts, bro. That's nuts.
It was her. And she's like, just like, get a glass of water. I'm gonna tell you something. And I said, obviously, I was like, oh God. And she goes, do you know Eugene Gligor? I mean, when I say I lost my mind, I couldn't believe it. And she was like, he's the one that killed your mom. I couldn't believe my ears. I had no idea that it was someone that I dated. His parents' house was literally a 7-minute walk from my parents' home. I mean, we went to prom together. He went to my parents' house all the time. My mom cooked. He would just be there, and I would be at his parents'
That's pretty
house.
cool. That's a nice little reward system. That's actually not bad. That's actually kind of like useful. You know what I mean? It's better than any other. That's crazy.
He killed her. It was horrible. So it was scary. I was scared.
Hi,
Just
buddy.
the horror that he could have done that to somebody that took care of him and opened their house to him was just shocking.
But looking back on it, nobody suspected a 21-year-old kid who they used to play parcheesi with. There wasn't any suspicion at all in that direction because it didn't make sense.
As soon as he was under arrest, I called Lauren just to let her know, and then also to get a little bit of information about him before we went in to interview him. And I had asked her, you know, please don't put this out there. I'll call you as soon as we're done. We'll give you more information, but just so you know, this is going on.
Eugene Gligor is already under arrest when police bring him in for questioning.
I am Detective Graston. This is Detective DuPoy. Hi there. From Montgomery County.
Okay.
I'm sure you're wondering what this is all about.
I would really like to know.
Yeah.
This has been really hard, whatever's happening.
Well, we're going to get through all of that with you.
I think in the back of his mind, he probably knew this day might come.
Oh yeah, for
It's a
sure.
game. He wanted to find out information from us. We were trying to find out information from him, and you know that was apparent that he wanted to know what evidence we had.
What is your physical condition today? Do you have any injuries? Are you feeling okay?
I mean, I'm feeling a little bit caught off guard, and I'm from the handcuffs. There's seems to be a lump on my hand.
It was so fake. All of it immediately when he came in, it was oh, my wrist hurts from the handcuff, woe is me, I have heartburn, and he was just a victim the whole time.
We actually work in the cold case unit. We investigate crimes that have been unsolved for quite a period of time.
What's the name of this channel? The name of this channel, brother, is Law and Crime Network. It's got 7.3 million subs, and it covers all sorts of different crimes. It's highly addicting, so watch at your own risk. Some of this shit's pretty gruesome. Prime, you're looking for prime crime? They have like different playlists. Look for the prime crime playlist. Those are typically like the hour-long ones that are like bangers. You know what I mean? High production value. But they also have like they cover smaller crimes and shit like that with like actual footage and shit. So like 3 times per day, attaboy. There you go. There you go. You'll enjoy that one. Trust me.
All back in 2001, Leslie Preer.
Yes, that she was murdered. Yeah.
Okay, so that's the case that we are investigating. So the reason that we wanted to talk to you is because a lot of the people whose names are in the case file, they've been interviewed throughout the years and they've been asked to give DNA samples to compare to DNA from the crime scene. And we realized that they never talked to you, never did anything, and we wanted to find out more about you. And if there was any kind of situation where you could have been at the house at that time.
I'm a little confused. To find out more and talk to me, why not just call me and ask me to come in and talk to me versus have marshals come and arrest me and bring me in? I'm just confused as to why that's the case.
Well, because we needed to talk to you in a controlled environment, and because there's a little bit more to it than what we've told you so far.
Could you tell me?
Well, we're getting there. I'm trying to give you an opportunity to be a little bit forthcoming before we...
I mean, I feel a little bit trapped here, like...
Well, you're under arrest, so you should feel trapped.
And Gligor is about to find out.
Damn, that's ruthless right there. That bitch is ruthless.
So, from the crime scene, the DNA that was taken, we actually have a sample of your DNA, and it was compared to the crime scene DNA, and it matched. So, we know that you were there at the time when Leslie died.
But I never gave a sample of DNA.
When we said, well, we have your DNA, we matched it to the crime scene, we know that you were there when Leslie was killed. He said, you don't have my DNA. And I said, well, actually we do. It was satisfying.
We obtained a sample from a discarded water bottle that you drank out of. So your DNA matches the crime scene DNA. You know, we know
Why would
that...
my DNA be there?
That's what we're trying to figure out.
So, I don't know. I don't know, you know? I mean, I was in the house, but it was years before, you know, when I dated her.
Correct.
I don't know. I wish I could tell you. I don't know.
Oh, it's super bad acting.
This is all very bewildering, very strange.
It's hard to watch this guy put on such a bad act. Holy fuck.
Is there more? Can you tell me?
He was sort of crying without actually physically crying.
You don't say.
There's no tears coming out of your face.
I'm very dry right now.
You're dry?
I'm very dry. I'm parched. I'm dehydrated. You can probably see my eyes.
He says something.
Because I'm just tired and drained.
Oh, dude, that's crazy.
You want me to drink water so I can tear? Like,
I've never actually seen the full case of this like discussed before.
I just don't want you to...
trying to say?
I'm just trying to say that this seems a little put on.
Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
No.
Oh my god.
From the tears coming out from them eyes. Yeah, you can tell just by the tone of his voice that he's not even upset.
His initial response was to
He's just shook.
cry, and then when he realized that that didn't work because there were no tears coming out of his face, and I told him, I can see that there's no tears coming out of your face. This is put on. Like, this isn't a real emotion. And then he started getting angry, and that's when he started cussing at us and yelling at us, and he just went through all the emotions, and it was just a big show.
If there's an
That's gotta be so satisfying as an interviewer.
wanted to talk to you today.
You know?
Could it have been
That's gotta be so satisfying, dude.
an interrupted burglary? Did something happen where
You didn't expect anybody to be home.
I have no idea. I don't remember. I don't recall.
The biggest thing that I had a problem with was when confronted with anything, he never said, I didn't do that. He said, I don't remember, over and over. And I said, if I didn't do that, I would have said, I didn't do that. I wouldn't be saying, I don't remember.
I'm really confused, and I'm really at a loss, and
Hey, buddy.
I don't know, I don't have any recollection of being involved with any of this.
You keep saying you don't remember and you don't have any recollection.
Well,
but if somebody was not involved, it would be an adamant, I didn't do it.
Oh, I didn't do it. I definitely didn't do it. Like, this is absolutely. I know I didn't do it. I know I wasn't involved.
And then that's the only time he said, well, I didn't do it.
And I just don't understand how
Hi.
this has come to this.
Oh,
I really
Rocky,
wish I
buddy.
knew. And I really wish I could tell you give you some answers and give you more feedback from an honest perspective, because I just don't know.
This man's talking about honesty. Holy.
I don't know either. That's why we wanted to talk to you. I don't know why your blood is there also. I don't know. The only person that knows is Leslie, and she can't tell us.
At this point, Gligor knows the jig is up.
Okay, so you're saying I need to spend a night here?
Oh yeah, you'll be here.
Okay.
We're ready.
The original charge against Mr. Gligor was first-degree murder, which carried a maximum penalty of life imprisonment.
I think we were all gearing up for a trial and a
Hi, Rocky.
one where Lauren and others had to relive and see.
Yo, shit, son.
And relive the memories of those early days.
God bless, bro.
But before trial,
God bless.
And then Eugene, who had up until that point maintained innocence, took a guilty plea for second-degree murder.
There was a lot of input from the family. And I will tell you, the family
What a legend.
wanted resolution. They wanted someone to walk into court and say to the entire community, I did this. Because if you have a trial, the jury can say it.
A W?
It's something else for a person to stand up
I do.
and publicly say, I took the life of this woman.
I think Lauren really did not want to sit through a trial. I think it had been enough. Like, it had been 20 years of a question. It had been 20
W.
years of grief and of wanting closure.
That's a good
and I
note.
think
That's a good note.
It was just time to make sure it happened.
So there's no trial, but there is a sentencing hearing. And
All
this is
right.
when Lauren Prier is finally face to face with Eugene Gligor. This is her former boyfriend and the man who murdered her mom. This is when she can finally voice all of those feelings that she has bottled up for nearly 25 years.
It's like seeing a ghost. It's scary. He's in shackles, brutally murders my mother. To hear his voice and to think that I knew you, I dated you, and we went to prom together. It was very, very scary, very haunting.
So why did he kill her though?
You took my angel. Why would you kill my mom? Murder her in cold blood.
Now, in Maryland, cameras aren't allowed in the courtroom, but there are audio recordings. So what we did is we used AI to help visualize what this scene might have been.
AI? Uh-huh.
Somehow, some way, we let you into our lives. That's Eugene. And a monster arrives right in the front door. Someone we trusted and considered a friend. But instead of saying, you had us on hold. Scary, terrifying lives. Looked us right in the eyes. You're a monster of wolfish sheep clothing.
I had Ben next to me. He's my friend and my lawyer, and I just read what I really felt truly in my heart to him. it just felt good to get the words out, if that makes sense. And he's an evil person, so he probably didn't even care, but it was helpful to me.
You almost got away with it. And by the grace of God, prayer, and for almost 25 years, my mother's luster was caught. You couldn't see blue, Lord. Guess what? My family and friends are still here.
Oh, Rocky, my
She was
guy.
strong, and she let him know. He had taken a lot from her and her family, but she hadn't taken everything, and she was there to let him know that. And she was still there. I'm still here.
I give Lauren a lot of credit for how she handled that moment. Anybody speaking to their mother's killer, it takes immense courage. To do it to the face of somebody who you loved and trusted is a whole nother level.
Many family members are present today here in the courtroom and on Zoom. And they're here to honor Leslie's memory. They're also here to finally see justice done after 24 years. Justice that they have almost given up hope on.
Sandy Freer was sentenced to life without his loving wife and his best friend. Sandy died with a cloud of murder suspects hanging over his head. Lauren Freer was sentenced to life without her mother and dearest friend. A sentence of pain and sorrow.
Oh, Rocky. My dog's being a big suck right now, dude. He just won't leave my side.
Was committed by somebody who had been very close to her, whom both she and her mother have thought the future of her family, whom she had loved and trusted, has left an overarching sense of betrayal and confusion. Today is a day of reckoning. A day of reckoning for this defendant. Remember, the state is requesting 30 years. That was the maximum penalty for second-degree murder at the time of this offense. We don't believe that there is any reason.
These audio clips are way too shit to listen to. I'm sorry. What's up, Rocky? That's my guy. How many more of these do we need to kill? 472. We got 460 killed. $93 HP now, boys. Let's go. It's huge. 93 HP. I need to get 92 magic. Need to get 92 magic. It's a must. Okie dokie, Rocky. Oh, yeah. Oh, alright. See you later there, rat boy. Jesus, just jump all over me, why don't you? $72 more. I actually hit my fucking I did the prayer. Whee! Alright, let's head back. Let's head back. Let's head back. What to watch? What to watch? What to watch? You know what, please? I'll be right back. I'm gonna grab a glass of water. I'll be right back. Dun, dun. I'm gonna lurk for a bit. Yeah, do you think? Sorry, I'm just messaging some friend here. Just messaging a friend here. Token it. Smoking place. Cheers. Come on, baby, come on. $55. How about that? $40. We were close. We're close. Oh, damn. That's close. I didn't even see it. No pet. Like flowers. Love flowers. Whatever. This chick, bro, is killing me. 472 KC. Alright. Rocks. Oh, let my dog out. Hey, you wanna go outside? You gotta go outside, little man? Take you. Take you. Go. Rocky. What? Move. Oh, slick with it. Rune balls. Oh shit, I just was not paying attention. No. Really. I was not paying attention right there. I was watching my TV show. I'm not even gonna lie. Womp womp. Womp womp. What the hell? I wasn't paying attention, I was zoned out. I was watching a TV show. I'll take that one on the chin. Damn. foreigners in their own country. This song. That's crazy. That's stupid. What's up, Squirt? We saying? How much? I hear you. I hear you. I hear you. see here. 24 more. Oh, this fucking goober. $492, boys. 8 more till 500. Let's go. Not bad, not bad. Decent. Decent. Um, okay. 77 Slayer, let's go, boy. What does that unlock? Brutal Black Dragons. There you go. The Brutal Blacks. Damn, I'm gonna get canceled for saying that now. Shit. Plus points 292, eh? Dopey. Back we go. 497. Look at all the imps in here. What the fuck? What the fuck? I'll just line up right there. A bunch of psychopaths. Monsters. 83 is what we're kind of aiming for right now. And we're out of moths. Damn, son. We're out of moths, man. Ooh. That one hits hard, man. That one hits hard. Do I want to sit here and gather moths for the next while? But no, I do not. So, I'll leave this on to other things right now, other than Slayer. What do I need to do? Quests? Achievement diaries. Achievement diaries need to be done. From the pet rock. Any pickaxe. Coins. Spade rope. Oak planks. Saw. Hammer. Rune throwing blue axe. Where are those bitches? Rune. Where's the rune throwing axe? I don't even know. Right there. Pet rock and a saw. Yes. Oh shit. A brine rat task. Couldn't imagine doing that. Oh. Cannonball these bitches. EKQ on the way. Do some achievement diaries.
Still moving strong, don't get me wrong, I'm making
Oh
that
shit, what the
bank,
hell?
bank. Yeah, I'm
Stay
making that
golden,
bank,
pony boy?
bank, bank.
Fucking God bless, brother. God bless, man. You're a fucking legend. Holy. Jesus Christ, Squirt. Thank you. Thank you, sir. You're the legend, dude. That's crazy. What the fuck? With a 3 to follow up. Bro, I appreciate that. Absolute maniac, brother. Thank you so much. Absolute legend. Supporting the creator? Oh, well, fuck, dude, you're always here. That's more than enough support. That's just like, the cherry on top. Thank you. Yeah.
Still moving strong, don't get me wrong, I'm making that
Give me
bank,
total
bank,
20?
bank.
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
making
it's
that
great,
bank,
bro.
bank, bank.
Jesus Christ, dude. Thank you so much. Bro, you did not need to do that. My god. Should I play some Call of the Dead in a bit and try and get a game going or something? Should I? Should I? Lawrence, I'm doing alright, buddy. What's new with you, man? I should? Alright. I got one going here in a little while. Got one going in a little bit, skis. Got one going here in a little bit, skis, mate. What's new with you, Lawrence? Oh, just living the marriage life and smoking some good weed. I don't boy. It's the only way to live. It's the only way to live. What I like to hear, Lawrence. What I like to hear, dude. Have a good day. Love you too. I just gotta chill here for a few and let my health regen a little bit. Oh, have I been doing? No complaints, man. Getting ready to spend Christmas with my daughter and stuff, you know? That's about it. She comes down on the 21st, so fuck 5 days, dude. Oh my god. 5 days. I'm sitting here just like, oh shit. So much to do in those 5 days before she comes down. So much to do, so much to do. I mean, I'll literally do it all within like the last 2 days because I'm lazy as fuck, but I have all of her presents wrapped and everything. I just gotta go get some stuff for like some activities we're gonna be doing. Yeah, life's good, life's good. I'm dead. I'm dead. No teleport. Jesus. Bro, fuck, man, I didn't grab a rock. I didn't grab the pet rock. I'm retarded. I'm retarded. And I didn't grab a fucking throwing axe either. Oh my god. Douglas. Son of a bitch. Okay, put that away. What do we need here? What do we need, motherfuckers? We need a throwing axe. We need one of those. And we needed the pet rock. Pet rock. That's right. Let's check out the banked XP or below it. Current level 82. You can get up to 86. Snap, qualm, unfinished, unfinished. Avanta, what do we do with an unfinished potion? Turn into wild paste, actually. Brother, I didn't grab the pet rock. I'm actually fucking retarded. $87. If I just use all of those, what do I get at 87? Anti-venom? If I use all of those, that's crazy work. That's crazy work. Okay, construction, we got all the way up to 85. Sick. Fireman, we've got nothing in there basically. Hunter, we've got 109 Hunter banked. Holy shit. Fletching. Um, '71 all the way up to '78. I mean, it's kind of buns right there. Smithing only to 74. Thieving. Zilch cooking 85. Crafting up to 84. Oof, that's actually not too shabby. 21,000 buckets of sand is what we need. Goddamn, goddamn. Okay. Holy fuck. Okay, I see you. 21,000 fucking buckets. Let my attributes rejuvenate, my stamina, my health, all that bullshit. Womp womp.
They're all over the place. Flashlight OP.
He's in front of you.
In front, yep.
You're on the
Knocked.
left. The other
Yep.
one.
Behind the building or what?
Yeah, behind it.
This looks way better than Tarkov.
I'm pushing away.
Dead.
Nice.
He had a pretty good hold, like a crazy right side lean where I could only
Did
see
he?
his head, yeah.
Nope. I do hear feet ahead.
Are your lights on or off?
Off.
Okay.
I'm lights off at the moment. Going up. Is there another?
Instant, instant.
There's one floor where we went in.
Game looks good.
Exactly where we went in.
Tag one a little bit. One's in this room
Yeah,
to
we're
my.
doing the other side. I don't know. If
They're both pushing, both pushing. I'm pushing that. That was one down.
I jumped out at the back.
Two down, two down. Dead.
Okay. North of me. He's outside. Going around the front.
One down. Dude, this gun fries with attachments.
I jumped him a couple times on this tree.
See him. Dead. I don't know if that was him.
Yeah, that was him.
This game
is
looks so
PUBG's
fun.
new extraction shooter called Black Budget. It's currently in a closed alpha. I really did not expect much. I thought I would play it for an hour or two, but I ended up putting in about 18 hours this weekend, so I clearly enjoyed it a lot more than I thought I would. I'm sure you all know how extraction shooters work. You go into a raid, do some looting, questing, get into some PvP, and the end goal is to extract. In this game, there is a storm that closes in, so there is a bit of a battle royale aspect, which is to be expected from PUBG. And as the storm closes in, multiple extraction points will open up along the way. This definitely forces a lot of PvP.
Bro, this
and I
looks
think
so
that's definitely
good.
The highlight for me in this
Holy
game.
shit.
You guys know me, PvP is my favorite part of extraction shooters.
Oh.
And I know that's not the case for everyone, but for me, it's the main thing that keeps me engaged. Now, technically, this is PvPvE, so you will find some creatures and anomalies to deal with, but most of the time, if you're shooting in this game, you're shooting at real players. I personally like that the AI doesn't get in your way too much. The mutated enemies are usually just in specific anomaly zones. There are some AI soldiers called ghosts, but they don't come until later in the game, and they're pretty easy to differentiate from real players. Now let's talk about the gunplay, because it is not for everyone. There is a lot of recoil, and I personally like that. If you've played PUBG, I feel like you'll get the hang of it pretty quickly. I just like that you can't beam someone across the map instantly. You need to tap fire or have really good spray control. My biggest piece of advice is if you're gonna go for a spray, you need to commit to it, because it's mainly the initial shots that kick the most. So once you
Bro,
find
this game
that-
looks so good. Looks so good. That looks so good, dude. Holy shit. That game looks so good. Oh my fucking god. Like, oh my god, that shit looks bomb. Alright. Back to running. Doing this bullshit here. Yeah, it's so dumb how you can't just enter your house anyway. Completed the medium feminine diary. Let's go, dude. Yeah. Huge, boys. Huge. Okay. Now that I've done that, I'm going to start up another stream. After I go get these rewards here, I'm going to start up another stream. Doing some Zams. I'm going to try out some Zams. Boots can teleport you to Relica once per day. as well as an increased rate of gaining approval with your subjects. So these are actually useful to have, is what Buddy's saying. Good to know. Good to know. Alrighty. Catch you guys on the flip, yo. See you in the next stream. We're starting it right up.